Hello. The Missouri State Legislature has a history of supporting divisive and discriminatory legislation. And one recent example of this is the Missouri Legislature passed a bill that would force people who feel they've been fired for discrimination prove in a court that discrimination was the motivating factor and not just a contributing factor. And when I spoke to State Rep Stephen Weber, he had this to say about it. I'm frustrated because we just finished passing a bill that would reduce the protection against discrimination a lot of Missourians have. This bill essentially allows a certain amount of discrimination to legally exist. I find this unconscionable. I was fighting that. And this bill is not alone, but neither is Stephen Weber. In reference to MONA, the Missouri Non-Discrimination Act, Representative Jason Holzman told me that it is a travesty that this state told the nation that we want to legalize discrimination by prohibiting our citizens to marry each other out of love. I find that wrong, and I voted against it as a private citizen. I personally believe that if we don't take a step like MONA, then what we're saying to our young people is that it is okay to discriminate against people who are different from you. And although MONA continues to grow, or the support for MONA continues to grow in the Missouri House and the Missouri Senate, it is far from being passed. And it's a simple piece of legislation. It's simply saying you cannot discriminate against Missourians for being gay or lesbian or transgender or for any reason. And there's a lot of people in the Missouri legislature that don't want that to pass. But as Stephen Weber says, there's a lot of allies out there. This is a fight that we are winning. The fight for equality is a fight that is destined to be won eventually. From my perspective, the only question is how much pain and suffering does the intolerant inflict before they inevitably lose. Now, voting as a private citizen is not the only way that one can affect change. Entering politics as a politician is also an option. And when I spoke to openly gay Jeanette Mott Oxford, state rep from St. Louis, she says, if you're considering running for office, talk to a number of elected officials. Make sure you have a track record of service to your community. I can recommend some useful candidate schools. The Victory Fund, a group specifically set up to train out LGBT candidates, greatly helped me when I first started in politics. Someone from there told me if you've ever been out anywhere, you better run out, because someone will out you for you if you don't. This stuck with me, and I ran on the platform of being open about my sexual orientation. I was prepared to answer questions at the door, and the constituents respect that. Be honest, and people will elect you for you, or they won't elect you for you. Either way, you can go home happy with yourself knowing you didn't fake it. Also, openly gay minority whip Mike Colonna says, be yourself, be proud, be loud, but not too loud. Don't be embarrassed. As more people befriend the LGBT community, the issues will go away. We need to show the people across the aisle we are people too. Equals, in fact. Get out. Get involved. Thank you.